What up, what up, what up, what's poppin', what's good? Appreciate everybody for joining us over here at the Chop Shop for our post-game wrap-up for the Rockets versus the Timberwolves. And the only thing I can say about that is, man, a tale of two halves. The first half was perfect until like the last 4 minutes. But oh my gosh, the second half was atrocious. It's like we forgot how to play basketball in the second half. Um, let's see. My background, how I sound out there? My background too loud, or can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check. My boy Tim Dunn says he can barely hear me. Tim Dunn, you might need to check your speakers. Curtis Ho say I sound great. Let me know, do I sound great, or I have to fix my audio? Let me know before we get it popping. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Swaggy D, can you hear me? Do that sound better? All right, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through and kicking it with us and chopping it up over here at the Chop Shop. Like I was saying before, the Rockets versus the Timberwolves, and tell the two halves, man. Tell the two halves. It looked like we was going to be well on our way to victory. We rushed out the gates, went up 20, and they was very discombobulated. They turned it over a lot in the first half. Then we like switched roles. We started turning it over in the second half, going heavy isolation. We went away from Sengun. Sengun in the first half was just killing Rudy Gobert. We went away from it, and eventually, I don't know why, but it cost us. We got stagnant. We just looked like a bad team after the halftime break. Like Jalen Green, he's really he's in a slump big time. Jalen Green is slumping so bad, and I'm really starting to get kind of worried about him, man. I don't know if y'all getting worried about him, but I'm starting to kind of get worried about Jalen Green. It's like, what's bro up to? Like, what is he doing? Like, for real, I don't know what's up with JG, but uh, Kevin Porter Jr. is starting to live up to his bargain, at least halfway up to his bargain. He need his running mate to come with. The sophomore slump is real. It's like Jalen Green has really hit a wall or his ceiling. I'm hoping it ain't his ceiling, because he really is becoming inefficient, shot chucking. I really starting to worry about Jalen Green. I'm not too worried about him because I think the third year really usually be the measuring stick. It usually start to come together in the third year. If you see like Bowl, and I know he's supposed to be better than Bowl, but I think we need to pause on the whole Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan comparisons, baby Kobe, baby Jordan, because when those guys came out and they was starting to, and was ready, those guys came out and they made an impact their first, second year. And you could tell, man, hey, these guys gonna be it. Jalen, I don't know. Just like Luka, he came out second year, first year. Those are generational type guys. I'm not saying Jalen can't be good, but he's looking more like a second best player on the team. Like, we really need somebody that can come in and steady us and give us a good 25, almost 30 a game. And with bro scoring 9 points tonight, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. But yeah, man, like Jalen, he's really starting to worry me. Jabari, he's looking more comfortable. He's starting to really drive the ball. I like what I seen from Jabari tonight. He's really a better rebounder than I expected him to be. Jabari is really starting to round out a little bit. You can see he's starting to get a little bit more polished. He still look like a newborn deer trying to walk sometimes with the ball, but your boy, I can see him growing. I can definitely see him growing. Eric Gordon actually had a pretty decent game tonight. I'm not mad at Eric Gordon tonight. We didn't see any Knicks tonight. I didn't see too much of Tata either, I don't think. Silas was really trying to win this game. If you look at it, Silas was really trying to win this game. Your boy Kevin Porter Jr., he was solid tonight. He was real good and fishing from the 3-point line, so he kept us in it, and he really advanced the league. But you could see when Jalen Green came in towards the end of the second half, everything stopped, and then that transferred into the third quarter. Everything pretty much stopped. Then when he went to the bench again, kind of in the early fourth quarter, we picked it back up again. Then when he came back in, everything kind of stopped again. Like Jalen, he's more of a ball stopper, shot chucker dude right now. He really needs to get more efficient. Tari, he's starting to concern me a little bit too, man. It's like he does the wildest stuff at the wildest times. I still like his hustle. He's still doing a lot, but Tari is really kind of he need to be more. He need to work on his game. He really need to work on his game. Oh yeah, I think Tata went to the G League. I'm sorry, that's why. But I was at least expecting to see Knicks. We did see a little bit of Garrison Matthews. If he ain't hitting shots, then I don't know what Garrison is for. I'm not really gonna doubt a lot on Coach Silas tonight because if we gonna give the guys credit for the first half, we got to give them credit for the second half. The rotations weren't that bad. I didn't really see Bruno. We didn't do a 3-center rotation, but I'm not gonna rag on Silas tonight. But I still think he's on the hot seat. We did evidently lose the game. He still be making excuses in the post-game interviews. It was like he's steady diving on every bullet for these guys, and he really need to start holding these guys accountable because it's his job on the line. You know, it's his job on the line, and he really got to be the one that's gonna steer the ship and get it back right. But he's steady coddling these guys and saying, "Oh, this and that, we young, we're not supposed to." Nah, man, like you about to be fired. Like the hot seat is here. And I can tell by the rotations and who he's playing right now that Coach Silas is really trying to win these games. He really is. He don't want to lose his coaching spot. And speaking of that, if you haven't checked out my new video, the most qualified coaches to replace Steven Silas, it's a list of them, the top 8. You can check out the video on our YouTube channel. So it's an interesting video. Number one really surprised me. I really wasn't even thinking about him, you know, from the top of my head, but he really was, I guess, the most qualified when you look at his resume and you look at his wins and his playoff resume. Frank Vogel. It was Frank Vogel. So it really surprised me. But then I was thinking about it. Yeah, man, Frank Vogel might be on, because I forgot to add that he was with Orlando Magic for a little while too, and he was dealing with a rebuild over there. Then he went to the rebuild in Indiana, and he really had a solid defense. So I think you will probably need to surround him with some bright, brilliant, offensive-minded coaches, because I don't think his offense is his strong suit. Maybe you need somebody to coordinate the offense for him, but as far as defense, he is an impactful coach on the defensive side of the ball for sure. Yeah, but let me go ahead and take care of some business like we always do. CSGs, what's up? What's happening? I'm going to go ahead and read off the new memberships and the new subscribers to the membership, to the channel, and we going to get it popping. Let's see. Tape Dime. What's happening, Tape Dime? Thank you for subscribing to the rookie membership package. Let's see. My name is my name. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Gok Turk Hazazdemir. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Celestial Lion. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Deuce Papa 03. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Demetrius Kalogarakis. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Camille Hasioglu. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Sakan Balta, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Ian Goodrich, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel as well. Let's see. I think that might be everybody. John Easter, appreciate you for subscribing. Lord Anna, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Nisner Mohindris, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Appreciate all our subscribers and all our new members. And if you want to become a member of the Chop Shop, you can just look at the link right in the description, and we can get you can sign up right to the membership package. So appreciate everybody for subscribing and becoming a new member to the Chop Shop. Now let's get to the chat. Let's see who we got in the chat with us. Let's see. Come on up. All right, Curtis Ho, what's good, Curtis Ho? Devin 95, appreciate you, Devin 95. What's good? Big B, Brandon Simpson, what's happening? Neck Deck Personnel, what's good? Neck Deck Zachary Sand, what's happening? Swaggy D, what's good? Baba Shola, what's happening? Eagles 2020, what's good? Worldwide Studios, what's happening? Joe Blue, what's good? Let's see. Sigga Miggs, what's happening? Sigga Miggs. Tim Dunn, what's happening? Tim Dunn. Let's see. Victor Overa, what's happening? Victor Overa. Dan Deach, what's popping? Dan Deach. Rob Cortez, what's happening? Rob Cortez. Ronnie Kiosiaria, what's good? Ronnie Kiosiaria. Appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop. Let's see who else we got up in here with us. Third Coast Alliance, what's happening, Third Coast? Appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop, my man. You know how we do it. Dacia Dennis, Dacia Dennis, what's happening, Dacia Dennis? Appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop. Big R, what's happening, Big R? Appreciate you for joining us, my man. What's good with it? Bumper, what's happening, Bumper? Appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop as well. Ryan Jackson, what's happening, Ryan Jackson? Appreciate you for joining us. Frank, oh, my boy Frank in here. Let me drop the link. Hold on, Frank. Let me get to you. Do you want the camera link or do you want the regular link, just the voice, bro? Let me know. My boy Third Coast Alliance is giving out some Rockets gifts, Chop Shop membership. So if you see right at the top of the chat, you see that present up there. You can go ahead and click that present. Anybody that's in the chat, take it, and you will become a member to the Chop Shop right now, baby, on behalf of Third Coast Alliance. So anybody want to join the Chop Shop, you can just hit it at the top, the present at the top of the chat right there, the little green present, and it will get you there. So it's some free gifts out there. 5 people. Take them or leave it. Lance Mosby, what's good, Lance? Appreciate you for joining us over here, my man. What's good with it? Let's see. Dacia Dennis, what's good? Dacia Dennis became a member by way of Third Coast Alliance. Appreciate you, Dacia. Here you go. Enjoy. Now you will have the customized Rockets logo badge beside your name. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get to these. Let me get to this link from my boy Frank. Y'all go ahead and hit that get those gifts, man. Get those gifts. Well, I get my boy Frank on the stream. Let's see. No, that ain't the one I want. Here we go. Lance Mosby became a member. Appreciate you, Lance, for joining us over here at the Chop Shop, man. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Thanks for becoming a member over here at the Chop Shop. Anybody else, go ahead and grab those memberships, man. Go ahead and grab those memberships while you can. Here we go, here we go. Here you go, chat. Frank, I'm posting it in the chat. CSG, Johnny Johnson. What's happening, Johnny Johnson? Appreciate you for joining us over here. Dark Side DJ Catastrophe. Appreciate you for joining the membership package over here at the Chop Shop by way of the main man. That boy, Third Coast Alliance. Appreciate you at Third Coast. Good looking out, brother. You a real one. You a real one. Oh, man, I forgot when I open that up. It always messes with my camera. Damn it. I don't know why I like to mess with my camera. Stop doing that. Here we go, here we go. Frank, let me know when you in there, Frank. Let me know when you're in there, Frank. Frank says in the chat, he says, hold on, let me see. Did I hear you coming up, Frank? Let me change out my mouse, man. My mouse tripping. Get my other mouse. Here we go, here we go. My bad, my bad. Frank, you in the... Okay, okay. What up, Frank? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hold on real fast. What's going on? What up, Frank? Can you hear me, bro? Okay, I got you. I got you. Can y'all hear Frank in the chat? Let me know if y'all can hear Frank. AI Productions, what's happening, AI Productions? Appreciate you for joining us. Nah, I don't think you was talking yet. They can't hear you, bro? What's going on? Let me see. They said they hear you. They say you low. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I... Oh, can you turn up your thing on the... what's the name? Yeah, let me drop the Skype. Maybe... Hold on real fast. Let me check something real quick. Mic check. Hold on.
Test, test, test. Yes.
Yo, yo, yo. Say something now, Frank.
Test, test. Let me try something. Hold on.
Nah, I think I can hear you now. I think they should be able
Test,
to hear you
test.
now.
Can y'all hear me better? Is this better?
Yeah, they can hear you now. They can hear you now, bro.
Okay, clear. 10. Okay, I see the 10. My bad, man. I think I had the wrong settings.
All
All
right,
right, man.
all right, we good, Frank. We good, Frank. Well, now let's get it popping, man. What you thinking about this, man?
Let me. They said there's a little reverb. Let me back up. Let me put my headset on so it's not catching what you saying. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're gonna have pristine audio today. Give me a second.
And that link is for everybody, bro. If anybody want to come up, well, let's go one at a time with me and Frank. If you want to, you could come up. Frank is fixing his volume right now.
Give me a second, guys.
I think they can. I think you should be good now, Frank. Hold on. Yeah, they say you good now, bro.
All right, give me a second. You can go ahead. I'm gonna let you know what I'm get my stuff set up.
Let me see who snuck in the back door in there on us. Johnny Johnson's okay. CSG baby, what's happening? Bumper say it's still low again, but you good, Frank? Huh?
Yeah, I should be straight. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we gonna keep it rocking while until Frank get back on here. Did y'all get all of the the gifts that's in the chat? I don't think everybody got a gift, man. I think it's still some gifts. Oh, my boy DJ Catastrophe, appreciate you for joining us over here, brother. At the chop shop, my man. Appreciate you.
I was.
The real
Y'all
Marcus
can hear me
West,
good
what's
now.
happening? Real
Everything
Marcus
should be
West,
good. There should be
appreciate it.
no
What's
reverb.
happening? ILIR United. What's happening, brother? Appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop, my man. Let's get it.
Space, can
Frank,
you
I
hear me?
think they say they can hear you now, bro.
Can you hear me? Okay, Space. Y'all tell Space there's an echo. Okay. All right, y'all got to make it up now. Third Coast saying there's an
I got an
echo.
echo.
Sigma Mix.
I got an echo. Third Coast. Damn, what happened? Why I got a reverb now? Nah, Frank ain't talking right now. Frank ain't talking. Frank trying to fix his
Nah, I am talking. He can't hear me, guys.
I think. Frank, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry, guys. We have to do this every time. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now Frank back. Frank back.
You can hear me?
Yeah, they say you got a little reverb.
Okay. But can you hear me, Space?
Yeah, you got a little robotic going on. Are you on Bluetooth or something?
Nah, that's straight up microphone. I can switch the mics.
It don't
Let me
sound
try
that
my other.
bad though, bro. It don't really sound that bad. You good?
All right, all right. Let me just double check.
Yeah, they say it ain't that bad, bro. Y'all gotta forgive us. These streaming apps, they be tripping. They be tripping sometimes, man. Especially with the audio. They really be tripping with the audio sometimes, bro.
I'm gonna make one more.
You gonna do what, Frank? Hold on, let me bring up my. Joe Blue says it's a Skype thing. We just trying to make it so all of y'all can really hear us, and we appreciate y'all being, patient with us, man. We really just trying to make sure this is an enjoyable
All right,
Listen.
Space. This is my last shot. If this don't work, then I'm gonna just listen to you. But can you hear me,
Yeah, I can hear you.
guys on the chat? Can y'all hear me? We done lost 10 people. Messing with this stuff. They like I'm going to bed. Damn this. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Sigmags, give me the word. Now y'all don't lie. Is it good?
I mean, it sounds
All
like
right.
you in a box, but you all right, bro. You all right.
All right.
It's we can hear you. We can hear you, bro.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and kick it off, man. What do you think about this game, Frank?
Okay. Well, the game. It was interesting. I mean, it's really nothing much we can complain about because it's just a standard Rockets loss. But one thing as far as the past few games, it seems like Coach Silas is trying to win. And to me, one of the main things that his issue is that since all the media scrutiny came up and they've been trying to win these games, uh, it's kind of too late. The cat's out the bag. Like you can't pivot and say I'm going to be serious now when y'all have been actively trying to play like the dumbest brand of basketball for the past 2.5 years. So now that he's in a position where he's incentivized to kind of show what he got, it's like it's not clicking. You feel me? So even though he's trying to win. Like they're trying hard. You're talking about the ejection, trying to evoke emotion from them. Then you get to the game where they actually benched Jabari Smith Jr., your number 3 pick, which whatever. You get to this game and you notice the rotation since they came back. He's went down to about a 9-man rotation. So these are his full efforts with the constraints of the roster that he has. The problem is, like tonight, when you are playing good and they are trying to do good and they do flash good things, they've built so many bad habits over the past 2 years or year and a half or whatever it is that you can't just flip a switch. And that was my whole thing about next season. The reason I'm out on next season is any realistic, like, oh, we got to make the play in is because you don't go from the basement to the penthouse overnight. You got to build, and they should have been playing like they played these past 2 games the whole time because, as you know, just like tonight, they tried, they played, hard. He had a good rotation of guys. They were doing all the good things, and they lost, which is fine because you want to lose because you're trying to tank. But when you tank and you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, you don't have to tank and stunt development for your players and cultivate bad habits and create an environment that's not conducive to growth. You can tank and still do all. That's why it's hard to tank and be good. That's why rebuilds suck and they're hard to do. Like people just want to do this. Oh, just because we lost, we're doing good. Y'all got to stop looking at sports like that. That's not how it works. You have to thread a very fine needle in developing players in a winning environment that the games are the only things that you lose. So if they've been playing like this tonight, where guys are playing the right way like they did in the first half, this might have been game 1 of this season. By now, all of this stuff would have been ironed out. Like you would have known, okay, when we go ISO heavy like they did in the second half, and guys get a little greedy with the ball, we're gonna lose. So yeah, you can't switch. You can't flip a switch. But if they're gonna flip it, I'm glad that they can start now because that'll give me more faith for uh, next year because they should have been playing like this the whole time. They still suck, so they're gonna lose. I'm not saying that to be mean to the players, but playing the right way doesn't guarantee wins, and you can still tank. Sit Eric Gordon, just he's the ultimate tank chip. Like, oh, okay, y'all are playing a little too good now. We playing Orlando, so EG you gonna have to rest. Play more Knicks. Those are how smart teams do it. Well, but when you're actively hurting players that you want to be good, just to say you want a chance at Wemby, it's just dumb. But yeah, that's what I thought about the past few games, just in overall.
So if they worried about Wemby, so this basically is a front office thing. We need to lay off of Silas a little bit because the everything about this, if it's not making the rational sense, it's probably because we are tanking and it's coming from the front office. We all heard these reports tweets from certain guys in the media that says that basically Raphael Stone really micromanages everything. And I know I didn't work for bosses like that, bro. That gets tiring after a minute. Like, you always looking over your shoulder, like, oh, what he about to say? What he about to, like, you can't never feel comfortable. So, Silas is probably in a worse predicament than we really know and really trying to hear it. But he's the face of it. He's going to be the face of this whole rebuild. Sourwin basically, and he, like you always say, he didn't do himself no justice. But the Stone really need to be put under a microscope here real soon.
Real, I mean, he on one. I think everybody's starting to wisen up. These are things that, as you know, space. We've been talking about since October of 2021, and it's not because we're conspiracy theorists. I would say that a lot of the people, because like me in space and a lot of the people we talked to in basketball, we met on Twitter, and the fan base on Twitter is really young. It's a younger fan base, so they're really impressionable. And this might be, some of them started watching basketball with James Harden. So when they see things, they're very optimistic about a lot of stuff, despite the vast amount of NBA history that gives us all the data we need to know about how things go. I mean, it's just like any case with when you try to tell a young person, like, bro, don't do that. That's that's not the way you do that. It's gonna be, or do your money like this, man, or do this, do that. Sometimes experience got to teach people, and a lot of the old heads were telling, like, hey, man, you don't do, the rebuild is not supposed to look like this. Like, what they're doing is not the norm, even from the trade onwards. The Harden trade, not getting a player back. Okay, that was kind of weird. Those are red flags. The wow factor thing, where they're trying to win games, even though there's still a chance that if they tank, that's the season you want to do the nastiest tank. If they tank, that you could get Jalen Green, and they try to win with Christian Wood, John Wall, and Victor Oladipo. And thank God that Victor Oladipo was the worst player on earth that year. That we were try to win so bad, that we were so incompetent that we actually lost into a second overall pick. That fell through, and we got a Jalen Green. You drafted Jalen Green, you bring him into a season where he's being used as a floor spacer for guys like Kevin Porter and Jayson Tate and Christian Wood. You do the double big lineup. You go 17 games in a row losing. You finally wait till they damn near about to lynch Silas, and then you finally scrap it, and then you hang on to the Eric Gordon for another offseason. You trade Christian Wood about a year or two late, when you know that you're going to be bottoming out. Why keep a Christian Wood? What indication said he was going to be a franchise piece for us? Eric Gordon is still on the roster. This dude is about to get toxic to get out of the organization, like James Harden had to do when you knew James Harden wanted out right after the bubble. So it's just all these little red flags that come up, and people try to explain it away. That's not tanking. That has nothing to do with the tank. It just seems like whoever is not good at their job, bro. And it makes sense. They're a rookie. It's like getting mad at Jalen Green in his rookie year for not dropping 30 a night. Like, y'all expect Stone to do all these amazing things, and he's like this savant, when the dude is just like Silas, man. Just the same way Silas messed up, the GM gonna mess up. And to me, if you're trying to do a rebuild and you have a rookie coach to start, a rookie GM to start, a bunch of young players with no vets on the team to start, and a new owner, if things look bad, it's probably because they're bad. Like, there's no big brain going on, because you're competing against Pat Riley's. You're competing against Danny Ainges. You're competing against what's the dude in OKC space?
Sam
Presti, Masai Ujiri. You're competing against sharks. We're not in a bubble in the NBA. This is a competitive league, so y'all just people gonna be slow, man. Y'all can catch up. I know the Chop Shop people already wise up, because y'all sit on and talk and chop it up with us, and we talk the real truth. But I think a lot of people coming to the party a day late and a dollar short, and at the end of the day, reality is gonna play out the way it's gonna play out.
Facts. Let me get to some of these comments. Let me see. ILIR, what's good? He says, till Silas isn't a Rockets, we never gonna be good. It is terrible. Yeah, I can't. I mean, like I always say, I can't knock you if you feeling bad about Silas, but we can't put 100% of this on Silas. The way it's looking, the roster construction, the minutes, if all of those tweets and stuff are true that Stone has really got his hand in the cookie jar, then we gotta give some of this to Stone as well. You know, we got to give some of this to Stone as well. AI Production says can't turn it off and on. I agree. Joe Blue says that's the sad part if we are trying to win. AI Production says that's the danger in tanking. Yeah, building up bad habits, bro. You think, Frank, that we is it too far gone? I know. I think of another year of this, then I think it's just gonna be hard to break that. Just bad habits. Like, is it too far gone, or we need to do something like quick?
Well, like in one of the videos that we talked about, is no team in the modern era, well, especially in the lottery era, has ever have been the worst team 3 years in a row. There have been teams that have been bad 3 years in a row, and it could be you could just say like, well, being worse and second worst, whatever. But the reason no team has ever done that, because I mean, if you're doing that, then you got deep issues, deep issues. Even the Sixers. If y'all watched the video that one of the videos we dropped yesterday, and shout out to Space for that very timely coaching video, because I know that was on everybody's mind, which is kind of weird. But while we still got a coach in the offense, yeah. We've been getting a lot of love from that video. People have been telling me who you think the coach is going to be. But the podcast that me and James did, we were talking about Embiid and the process. And one thing y'all got to realize, one, they were never the worst thing 3 years in a row. And the year that Embiid was healthy when they drafted him, he played 30-some games. They were on pace to win 35 games that season because he's that good. So he got hurt. He hurt his back, whatever he hurt. So the reason that Philly's tank went on longer is because literally their best players were hurt. Like they had debilitating injuries until they were healthy. So they weren't even supposed to be in the process that long. So to be 3 years in a row as the bottom or the worst team in the league, that's unprecedented. And it's really hard. Like Jalen Green's quote saying that it's affecting him. Like, y'all should listen to what these guys are saying. I read between the lines. The dude is saying it's getting to him. You compile that with his bad play, the losing. As a 20-year-old, man, that's a lot. That's heavy. And Space, look, what did you think about this Austin Rivers quote, man? To me, that's crazy that another NBA player that's in Minnesota could look across and echo something that everybody in the fan base is saying when he said KPJ and Jalen Green need vets to teach him how to play the right way. That's a bold statement, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
It shouldn't be rocket scientists, bro. It's like, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? Like, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel here with Jalen Green and KPJ and all of this? Like, you hardly ever see guys unless they just ready. Even LeBron, like you said, even LeBron had to go play with D Wade. Even these guys, somebody need to be that vet for him. Why are we trying to break the mold and doing this? So it's like we're just hard headed and stubborn, bro. Like, this is not working the way you're doing it. So we could have been already traded for a vet. Like, it's nothing stopping us from going to get Isaiah Thomas or somebody off the streets. Those guys will probably help Jalen Green because he's a little guy. He could tell him how to get angles and how to be in position to do certain things. Like, it'll do something for these guys, improvement. But just letting them go out there and trip and fall and bust their lip over in every game is just not. It's not conducive. It's almost like terrorism. You get PSTD out for this type of stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the fact that he said that PTSD, you tripping? I was like, what disease that is? But the fact that man said that is wild to me, bro. This is the third player that's giving us recommendations on how to run our team. At first, it was I think it was Jokic. Play through Alperen Sengun. Then Luka. Jalen's your star. They need to build around him. And now you got Rivers, a former Houston Rocket who's been in the organization, saying, y'all need to get some vets in that team to teach them young guns how to play the right way. That's an indictment on the coaches. That's an indictment, really, it's on Stone. That's an indictment on Stone and Eric Gordon and whoever else considers themselves a veteran on the team. And we've been saying this. To me, that's the number one most egregious thing about this roster construction is the lack of veteran leadership, especially for the players that you value as the franchise players going forward. Because the blueprint is laid out in the NBA, and y'all have heard us say this. The vet doesn't even have to be any like cold player. It doesn't have to be an all-star. Guys have vets that are the most unseeming players that make an impact on them. And I haven't yet to see a player except John Wall, the only person that would even fit the bill of a great vet, and they paid him to stay home. Because to me, it seems like whoever's running the team thinks this is NBA 2K or something. Yeah. They don't have any like, I'm not gonna say street knowledge, but the nuance of basketball, the personal side of it. And it's on brand for somebody that comes out of a Daryl Morey school of thought where everything is just a bunch of numbers and puzzle pieces. There's personal relationships, and you got to understand that stuff. The way they're treating Silas, that's going to get out. You know what I mean? Even if we fired Steven Silas, this dude is the son of a coach. He is NBA family royalty. Paul Silas is NBA royalty. He is one of the pillars of this league. That's his son. There's a reason why nobody really says anything bad about him outside of Houston. That dude grew up in the NBA. He grew up around all these players and all these coaches. He was a little kid. He was the ball boy. He was he was around. He's been around the whole league, bro. They know him. So however we're doing him, when it comes out, all the truth comes out, and let's say he does get fired, that's going to be another can of worms that, is going to be something. I'm not talking about his effect or how good of a coach he is. I'm just saying, like, that's something. The fact that his dad is such a reverent figure in the NBA, like, it's going to come out. So if there's any like funny business going on with him where he's being the body shield for all the slander, somebody just told me Rafael Stone hasn't talked since Summer League.
Yeah, you remember I was asking him like a month ago. I was like, "Where's Stone? Like, he haven't said nothing. He's just sitting back, letting this man take all the bullets for him, and that's coward. That's cowardice to me. You know what I'm saying?
Space. If we was the number one in the West, you think he'd be quiet?
Bro, he'll be all over taking Daryl Morey type interviews when he, how Daryl Morey was.
Tillman be on First Take selling another book.
Yeah, facts.
Shut Up and Listen 3 or whichever version.
I told you I was right. That'd be the next name of the book. I was right.
I was right.
Here we go. Let me roll out some of these comments. Joe Blue says we won almost every stat and still lost. Yeah, that was it's the Avalanche. We was good in the first half, and that just balanced it out in the second half. We won the first half, they won the second half, and it was tit for tat in between, but yeah, that was weird. Savage of San Hawk, what's good? He says Lucas for head coach. Since we on this head coach thing, Frank, I don't know if I know who you would pick, but let the CSGs know who you looking at for the next head coach.
I mean, if I had a preference, it probably would be Ime, as I told you at first, but obviously we don't think he's going to be available to us. I'd go Kenny Atkinson, just because I've seen what he can do. I'm tired of the rookie first-time coaches. I don't think that's a good coach to start off a rebuild with. And honestly, the coach that come in is basically going to be starting from scratch because they haven't really laid any foundations here. It's really anything. Like this game looks like the last game looks like a game from a year ago. You know what I mean? So whoever's coming in is going to have somebody got to roll their sleeves up and get to work. And, you know what I mean? And I think Kenny has shown he's tough. He's done it before. And honestly, I like coaches on the second or third go round because they really kind of learn a lot. Silas on his second go round, is going to be a better coach. And I still think he's going to be a good coach in the NBA. Sometimes it just takes a lot of L's to get to, just like anything in life. You got to take your lumps. And this is his lumps. And usually, once he gets another opportunity, he's going to learn from his mistakes. I think he needs to go sit under a winning team because I'm looking at his coaching history as an assistant. He's really been in some losing programs a lot, you know what I mean? And he's been an assistant, except Dallas. Really, nothing really significant. I mean, he caught the early part of the Warriors, but he was gone before they actually started winning. So, yeah, he needs to go sit under somebody, maybe the Spurs, or go back to Golden State if they'll take him, or somewhere that has a winning culture. He needs to learn what those coaches are doing in that winning culture. If he wins a championship, that'd be great. I think those are the type of coaches you want to pick from, those that have been around champions. And that's why also another positive for Kenny Atkinson is that he's in the Warriors. I love their system. I love his system that he ran in Brooklyn. I love the system of the Warriors. I love the fact that he's also MDA connected. Out of that tree, he's really a Mike D'Antoni guy. And I think that's a good fit for Houston. And I heard he interviewed for the Houston job, and he wasn't selected when they hired Silas. So I think that's somebody they could reconsider since he already showed interest in the team.
Yeah, and I really don't have no rebuttal for that because I like Kenny Atkinson as well. I just think Quinn Snyder. I like Quinn Snyder. Of course, if you watch the video, people already know that. But I just think that he have a whole brain. Like he's the big brain of it all. Like he can do the offense and the defense. He's ambiguous to where you won't have to worry about is Quinn Snyder drawing these plays up, or is he doing this? It's all on him. He almost like a Bill Parcells or a Bill Belichick type of guy that's like, I'm gonna be the GM and the head coach and all of this, So I think wrapped in one, he's a very good coach because there's really no holes in his game, and he just look at that man. Do you really want to get on that man bad side? It looked like he got a dark streak in him to where he just might do something terrible to you if you don't set a hard screen. Why you think Rudy Gobert led the league in hard screens those 4 years he was with him?
Yeah, that dude is he looks intense, but yeah, I think I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't mind any of the dudes that you would put on the list, honestly, because they're all experienced. I'm a little hesitant about Lionel Hollins. I don't know why you put him on there. Because
it was just because he's on the roster
out of
right
respect. I know. I'm like, damn, bro. The man if we just want a statue, just sit there and smile, and yeah. But I think old Hollins has seen his he's in the twilight of his days as a coach. So I think Lucas. I mean, honestly, I just think the Rockets need a fresh start. That's where I'm at. I really don't want any remnants of these past years. Whenever they do move on, whenever that is, it needs to be a fresh start. Like let's start fresh and just go from there. Because to me, Lucas is tied to Silas, and I don't think, even though he's more intense and guys like to play for him more, I just don't see the dynamic changing with him because they still have whatever they think of him. Oh, he's just that crazy old man. I don't want that. I want somebody that they don't know that might even make them a little worried a little bit when he come in, and that is intense and a new voice that'll make them think like, okay, this is something new. So fresh ideas. I don't want this is what we're gonna play like, and this person is in this position. Let's get somebody that's just coming in fresh, so we can really see what we got with these guys.
Facts. Let me get to these comments. Lee, what's good? Lee says, I see some of our players regressing under Silas tutelage. He said Jalen in the corner last year and misuses Jabari and Sengun. Silas doesn't have a clue on how to maximize players' attributes. Yeah, from the looks of it, from the outside looking in, you're right, bro. You're right. But I think it's more at work and more at play than we just Silas sucks at coach because he's been in this game too long to just keep making these bonehead mistakes. I think something else is lurking behind the scenes, man. J Dog, what's good, J Dog? J Dog says, I don't think that that y'all considering the fact that we don't have our ownership of our own picks after 2023. It changes the way we structure our rebuild. Yeah, but we get them back in like 2025, I believe, right? It's not like we just
Um,
in destitute after that because
yeah, I think we have two Brooklyn picks left. I think three swaps, but the one next year really doesn't count. And we have our picks, I think, and yeah, like you said, I think the OKC one is 24-25. And I think if it doesn't convert, it goes on to 25-26. And I think it turns into like a second round pick or something like that. Then yeah, after that we have our picks again, 25-26, 26-27, I think. And if they have to do another rebuild, they technically could bottom out again if whatever they're doing now doesn't work out. By then, you could still have a second. But if you're doing that, you do count the years. Then you're going from 2020 to 2026. You're in the Kings territory. So
yeah,
then you're going to have to go through another 3 to 5 years of doing it again, and you end up with a decade of being one of the worst teams in the league. Guys, it happens in a snap. While you're, oh yeah, we're going to draft this guy. That's what Kings fans. Then you're going to look up. It's been 20 years since you've been in the playoffs. That's why we stay on top of these things. And as a fan base, we got to be pressure on the team. Because if you are just, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna draft Wemby, we're gonna draft this guy. Oh, this guy's the number one prospect, bro. Expect more from your team every single year because you're just waiting and you don't get the draft pick, or you do get it and the players are bust or they're not good. You just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and you look up, it's been 5 years. That's how fast it goes. So, to me, collectively, we all have a part, and that's the main reason we even started the Chop Shop. We have a part in expecting excellence from our sports franchise because we're all invested in them. We buy their merchandise, we go to their games, we watch their advertisements when we watch the games, and we put money in their pockets. So we have a part in holding them accountable, and also our media has a part in doing that. The Houston media has been lacking terribly throughout these years with the Rockets. They've been sleepwalking. For a major city, this we act like we are a small town. We have a small market media in a big city, which is crazy. If y'all remember, there was a story when KD was in Oklahoma City where a reporter asked him a question that made him mad, and they like banned him from. That's how we're acting like we're OKC. You go to New York, you go to LA, you go to Miami, Boston, any of these major cities. Check out the media relationship with their sports team. It's almost like they fighting each other, and it's not because of hate. It's just that's part of the pressure of being great. Everybody holds your feet to the fire. The players got to be on point. The GM got to be on point. The owner got to be on point. If you let bad stuff happen, like with the Texans, where the Texans are terrible every year and people pack out the stadium and cheer for the team, then this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get games like today where you're 4th and 20. You still on basically the easiest thing you got to do, and you still are being boneheaded. It's just incompetence, and we shouldn't tolerate it. We should push and be okay with being like, okay, we expect more from our team. So yeah, we're just doing our jobs.
yeah, facts. And speaking of the Texans, they did fire your boy Lovey Smith.
Oh,
It
when that drop?
it dropped probably about 10 minutes ago.
God damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
they let
good.
him go. They let him go, bro.
Man, I want to fight Lovey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to
Yeah,
square him
I
up.
mean
Face.
he I don't think he probably was gonna stay, but winning that game today, I think that probably just sealed the deal
That
right
was
there.
some cold. I mean, damn, bro. Like, I don't know. Should I fight Lovey or the quarterback
Davis
or the
Mills, why would
Akins? Like, what are they doing? I mean, I guess okay. I can't be mad at a player for playing. So
yeah.
I'm not even mad at the players. We can't be mad at the players. But damn it, Lovey. I mean, damn, I would have punted it.
Yeah, something, bro.
Field
And
goal and
then it's
just
not like you would have won on a field goal. You had to win on a Hail Mary. You won. I mean, then after the Hail Mary, you went for 2 points to win it. Like, bro, we just kicked the field goal and you
okay. That that
still,
was that was yeah. That was wild.
bro. He wanted to
He
win, and
tried.
I think it
Yeah.
was like snubbing it to him because I think they've been already in talks with him from last week about maybe he wasn't gonna
Nah,
be
you don't do
around.
that, bro. You don't do that.
Bro, he
Like if you're gonna
snubbed it
do
to
it,
him, bro.
hey, he could have done it all season, bro. We would have been with him. Like, yeah, but if you're gonna be ass, just be ass till the end. Don't wait till it matters for us. Then you're gonna try to have morals and ethics. You wasn't doing that when you was getting killed the whole season.
Yeah, that's facts, bro.
Dude, man, God,
Jamel,
bro, that stuff ruined my day, man.
that's crazy, bro. Jamel Cofield says the vet was John Wall or DJ Augustine. We should have kept him. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, you're right, bro. ILR United. He says Harden was right when said Rockets organization don't have ambition for nothing. Facts, facts, facts. Let's see. Tim Dunn. Tim Dunn says, "Wait, you're right. I do blame Stone. He won't fire Silas." That boy crazy. Big B. Brandon Simpson says, "What it do? CSGs. Damn it, another sad night. Or are we full on tank yet? I mean, we don't have to be full on the tank. We losing either way it go." Either if we want it or not, bro, it is what it is. Your average YouTube friend says, add this quote to the list that affects our players' mental health. Oh man, I'm hoping ain't nobody on that side of the bracket. Joe Blue says, "Son of a coach don't mean squad."
Joe Blue.
Joe Blue
Yeah.
crazy. Dark Side DJ Catastrophe. He says we trash. Keep KPJ as our vet and Stone does think it is 2K. Stone playing like it's 2K. I told you he'll good. He'll a scout, bro. He'll a good scout. Ronnie Casaria says maybe Houston should trade for DeAndre Hunter. I'm not against that. We do need a competent three, but I don't know. KJ Martin was electric tonight, bro.
Oh man.
That dude is something, I guess, because he already warming up for the dunk contest or something, bro. But KJ Martin was, man, that dude had what he had about 5-6 dunks tonight. That was just
Man,
like crazy.
that one that they were thinking he jumped from the free throw line, that was such
That
a
was
nasty,
crazy, bro. I thought he did jump from the free
explosive.
throw line for a second.
That dude be dunking, bro. And I'm gonna put my money on him, bro. Hey, Spade, we probably gotta do a Bet US podcast on some of the
Oh,
All
for the
Star
dunking.
game,
Yeah,
all of
for
that,
sure.
bro. Get some money. I'm gonna put some money on KG because Jalen. I don't know. I felt the type of way that Jalen didn't try to go redeem himself, but I guess he going through enough already. If he go there and lose or do something crazy, plus the way he playing, and I guess he playing bad, so I'll give him a pass because I was like, damn, bro, you ain't got no dog in you.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna try to go get your lick
Go,
back, but
yeah,
nah,
for sure.
yeah, but you know, I ain't mad at him. Maybe he just got a lot going on. He's not feeling confident. Cool, that makes sense. But KJ, man, KJ, he about to. I was reading the comments on a lot of the tweets about him being there. People like, who? Who's this? Like, oh man, this the dunk contest is gonna be boring. Who they used to let guys that could dunk. All right.
He gonna about to wake him up. That just goes to show you people don't watch us. People
Nah, they
don't
don't know
watch
who
us
he is.
at all, bro. Because if they don't know KJ Martin can dunk, just listen to his name, Kenny Martin Jr. That should let you know he can dunk. If anything, he can dunk. Yeah,
Yeah,
he about to
he
wake
gonna
some
get it.
people up though.
The only,
Brandon
yep,
Simpson.
real quick, the only thing I'm worried about KJ is he a creative dunker? Because he's a good in game dunker. He a power dunker. But does he got that finesse? So I guess we gonna see what his creativity is.
I think he gonna. I think he can do like windmills and between the legs easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
but
light. Yeah.
yeah, but like you said, creative. I don't know how creative he can get. It really coming from the free throw line. It ain't just creative. That's just bold, and that's what If he do something bold enough like that, you never know. But that's tacky already. It's been done so much.
He got to do between the legs from the free throw line.
Yeah, between the legs from the free throw.
Something like that.
You know how high you got to get to do that and project
Zach
to do
Levine,
that?
Zach Levine did it. Well, I think he had like one
I know
foot
he
on the line,
tried.
or
Yeah, I know he
yeah,
tried to.
yeah.
Man,
KJ got to do something nasty.
that's sick, bro. That's sick. Brandon Simpson says, "Yeah, when is the last time Stone had an interview? When was it? When after the draft?
Nah, he
That's
had it media day.
yeah, media day. Basically, yeah, media day, media day. After the draft,
Yeah,
basically.
basically. After that, we ain't seen him. He hiding
That boy on a
like.
boat somewhere in the Atlantic, chilling.
Nah, he hiding his face, bro. They don't want to show their face. They're not engaging the fan base because they're scared. That's why Steven Silas don't go out. You feel me? That's why it's sad, bro. Like they don't even know how to do this right. If I knew I was gonna be going through a rebuild, man, I'd be at every community event speaking and just talking to people, just
trying to
getting
reassure people.
Yeah, like I'm a good guy. We can do this. Da da da. Nothing, bro. They messing up.
Facts. Jamel Cofield says the coach in Orlando is a rookie head coach now in his second season with the team, and the guys listen to him. Yeah, Mosley, Jamal Mosley, he's a pretty good head coach. They still got their struggles, but he got some talented guys over there, man. I thought we
Yeah,
had some
man.
talented guys. He
Nah,
got
they
some
got
just
some.
hooping guys that's just smart and play together, bro. Like I told you in the beginning of the season, Frank, I say, man, I like what Orlando is doing, bro. I really, you remember that part when we
Yeah.
did? I
Well,
told you, man, they was gonna be
they're
nice.
apparently their GM is like the guy that I don't know who he drafted. I forgot who they say he drafted from another team, Giannis or somebody. So he's like some genius.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that scouted Giannis. So apparently their GM is supposed to be good, and he built a real good roster. I think once again our thing goes back to roster construction. They have young guys, we have young guys. The only difference is their young guys fit better. They have vets. They have a good gradient of talent across different age groups. So they have a couple first year guys, a couple second year guys, a couple third, fourth, sixth, ninth. They're a young team just like us, but
Mm-hmm.
the talent overall is better, and they take risk. And this is I'm gonna steal Mike from Twitter's flow here real quick. He said when you're a rebuilding team, you got to take swings. Just like you're experimenting on the court, you also got to experiment in trades and free agency because this is the time to do it. And getting a guy like Bol in there, or making a trade for from the kid from the Bulls. What's his name? The center.
Well, I always want to call him
Yeah.
Patrick Williams, but
Nah, not Patrick Williams, but yeah, the
but
center
it's the other guy.
that they traded for Vucevic.
Yeah.
They traded Vucevic. Somebody put Vucevic in chat. They traded
not Baldwin.
Nah. Oh man, it starts with a W. Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter.
Taking those type of trades on high upside, making a couple, throwing a pick here or two to pick up a player like or going into a sweepstakes for a guy like the dude in the Pacers, Halliburton, trying to get okay, let's see what Cam Reddish look like. Like those are the swings you want to take in this time, because just like you're experimenting with your play on the court, you're also experimenting with your roster flexibility. And these past few years, they've really stand pat and did nothing. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, whether it's not good or bad, but to me, with the roster the way it's looking, I mean, you can look at some of the other teams. Look at Detroit. I like the talent there. I'm not gonna lie. I like what they're doing. I look at Orlando. I like the talent there. I'm not gonna lie. The Spurs are where we were right after Harden left, so I don't expect much from the Spurs right now. You feel me? And a lot of these teams have guys. Can we say we have a guy right now? Can we say Jalen Green is the guy? We don't know because he's going through the slump. Jabari's still a rookie. KPJ could be a guy, but we really don't know. Is he on that level? Can he get up to a different level? Is Alp that guy? We don't know because he only plays 15 minutes a game. Yeah. They got Paolo. Orlando got Paolo. They got Franz Wagner, who's looking like the best player in the 2021 draft class. He's been the most consistent since he got in this NBA. The dude is cold.
The boy
bad. If y'all haven't watched Orlando play, go watch them boys play.
He's like Larry Markkinen. Really, he's like
a guard,
but he can handle the ball a little bit better.
He's a point guard.
Yeah,
this dude run pick and rolls with his brother, like on some backyard basketball types. They out there, him and his brother just be hooping, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. I love what they doing in Orlando, and it's not because they're winning or losing. It's just when you watch them, how we played in the first half tonight. That's how they play every game.
Always.
And sometimes they miss shots and lose. And that's fine because they're young. That's what your losses. Oh man, damn, y'all did what coach asked. We just didn't make our shots. Cool. They don't they just play good basketball. That's the quality different. They might have the same record, but it looks different.
Yeah, I mean they're free flowing. They just playing free. Like a tanking team supposed to, a bottom team full of young guys is supposed to. It's like. We got pressure on us for what? Like, what is the pressure for? Like, let these guys go out there and play. Like, why is this all this unnecessary pressure we putting on ourselves for the GM and everything? Like, bro, if they not cutting it out, like you said, take a swing, get them out of here. Eric Gordon should have been gone. You know, whoever, just get them out of here. And it's the time to make those type of moves, like you said, bro. Like, I don't know why we just stand pat and just watching the parade go by. And what is it? Like, what type of look is it for a tanking team to go ahead and start trading people? It's not a bad look. You're just trying to get a jump on it. Why do you have to wait till March the 15th or February the 20th or whatever when the trade deadline come to start doing trades?
It's because I think Stone is scared, bro. That man be
That's what
scared
I'm
to make
saying.
moves.
Like, he putting extra pressure on himself to just go ahead and just go perform, bro. Go do what you do.
Yeah, he's scared. I'm not sure why. Maybe he just doesn't want to make the wrong move, but he's having a analysis paralysis where you're looking at the Harden thing. He waited till damn near James Harden was gonna bring a gun to practice
Yeah.
to try to get moved out. You're looking at EG. Oh, EG, who's a soldier. Oh, EG is so damn square that you know what I mean? He out here slandering the team. Like that's how bad it got. Like EG, Eric Gordon, the most professional player in the NBA, bro. This man ain't had no trouble with nobody but a referee. And
Yeah.
he out here talking about, making statements like that. They're gonna force people. PJ Tucker, the glue guy, the dude everybody is a hard hat guy. You had him out here sulking before you were able to move him. Like was it you that said this? That Stone is reactive?
Yeah, he never proactive, bro. He just
Yeah,
reactive, bro.
that's exactly what it
It's
is.
like he
It's a react.
procrastinate. It's not even reactive almost. It's almost like he just procrastinate to the last minute to get stuff done. Like, I
To
don't
the
know.
hand
And I
is
think
forth.
our most of our picks, if we don't get off them like within the next year or two, they gonna sour on us in our pocket because he just gonna procrastinate and hold on to them.
Space. You seen that tweet I put out with the picks from I was comparing the OKC trade for with the Paul George.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull that
Okay,
up. I
so got
know.
a haul.
Let me pull it up.
Go ahead. I'm gonna run through these
Yeah,
comments
you
while you
run through
pull it
those.
up.
I'll pull it up.
Shark Shock, what's good? Shark Shock. He says, this is the lowest point of my Rockets fandom. I have been watching since 1990. This is sad. I agree. I've been watching since like 86, 87, and you show right on that, brother. I haven't seen nothing so bad. Tim Dunn says, yeah, move on from Lucas too. Let him go. Space Trades, what's good? Space Trades says, so guys like Jalen don't feel like they just got a free ride regardless of play. Yeah, that's why you need to bench them. They're not getting held accountable. World Cortez says we need someone that will prioritize development, the core guys, and hold the team accountable. That's facts. DJ Dark Side, he says all time low. Rockets and Texans are bad. 3 years ago, my Houston fandom was at an all time high. Now it's at an all time low. You never know when we in the good old days until we out of the good old days, man. You never know. That's why people say enjoy everything you can when if you in the playoffs or whatever. Enjoy it. I know I don't like how we underperformed a lot against the Warriors and we could never get over that Warriors hump. But bro, I'll give anything for those days right now. I would give anything for those days right now. Just that excitement, and you're gonna be playing on national TV. You got more of a likely chance to win. Those days are few far in between and gone now, bro. I wish I could go back and just spend a day in that environment. Space Trade says, yeah, I think we owe OKC 2 more. Yeah, that's facts. Let's see. LR United says, Shark, I agree. Fire all of them. Zachary Sands says the Houston Texans have fired Lovie Smith. Appreciate that. Yes. Space Trade says there's great talent at the end of the draft too. We don't need no top picks to be real. Take KJ, even KPJ was in the end of the first pick. Yeah, KPJ had like off the court issues. That's why he dropped so bad. J Dog, what's good? Oh, he said, what's good, Dark Side? Y'all boys know each other? Swaggy D says, fans, we got to call these teams out more, just like Philly fans and New York fans, etc. Facts, brother. J Mon M says Casario needs to go. He might be. I read a report that he's on the hot seat too. I read a report he's on the hot seat, man. Let's see. ILR United. He says we are a 7-game losing streak. Gonna be 20. Man, I hope he can't. No, not a 21. I can't deal with a 21. Young Edo, what's good, Young Edo? Chop shop contributor right there, Young Edo. Y'all show Young Edo some love in the chat. That's our boy right there. Sigga Mig says, okay, but NBA Twitter will literally say who to anyone, not a star. Yeah, but everybody that comes in a Houston jersey, we always end up loving them anyway. They could be trash and all of a sudden they're a Houston Rockets legend. Houston Rockets legend such and such. Man, miss me with all that. You got the list, Frank?
Yeah, I got the list. So I was comparing, and this is not to say because everybody when I posted a tweet, everybody was oh, that's not the same. OKC, it was different circumstances. Yeah, I know it was different. It was just the general framework of it is that for the Paul George trade, even though it was tied to Kawhi Leonard, and I compared it to the James Harden trade. Now I think they asked out right after. Let me see. So Paul George asked out the year before Harden asked out, but Paul George and Russ asked out in the summer, both of them. Sam Presti, the prudent GM that he is, did not drag his feet. He saw the writing on the wall that this team had been to two or three playoff appearances and lost in the first round. So obviously it wasn't working. He didn't triple down. He granted both Russ and PG their papers to leave, obviously. And the reason these are connected is because the Russ trade is how they own our picks.
Right.
For Paul George, he sent him to LA and they received, I think, SGA and Gallinari. But so far from that trade, OKC has got SGA, who's damn near a top 10 player this year. And Lord knows what his peak is. Trey Mann, they drafted Trey Mann, one of their picks, Miami's pick that they got from Clippers in 2021. Jalen Williams, and if you haven't watched Jalen Williams, the kid can ball, which was their Clippers pick in 2022. They still have 3 first-round picks from the LA, and LA is in the same spot as Brooklyn with 2 aging, injury-prone stars that never play, and probably 1 playoff out away from blowing it up. So they still have 3 of their first-round picks, I think, into like 2020, like 5 or 6, and 2 pick swaps. For James Harden, so far we've got Tari Eason, and that was the Nets pick this year. We have 3 first-round picks and 2 swaps. So we have the same thing for Paul George. I mean, for James Harden that they got for Paul George, a worse player. So, I mean, to me, that was the root of all the problems that we have, honestly. That trade we didn't get a player back. All the young teams, Charlotte, Orlando, whoever you want to name, all the tanking teams that are bad, they have a player. In order for you to pivot to being a competitive, like a roster where you want to make the playoffs, you need to have a guy so you can bring other guys to come play with them. Even Utah, they got Lauri Markkanen in there. NBA history says when you make a trade for a star, you always get a player back. It's never going to be 1-to-1. It's never going to be the same caliber of player, but you get a young, at least somebody you can project being good, and we just didn't do that.
Yeah, fact.
Hey, so I'm gonna put my kids down real quick while you go.
All right, what's up, Brandon? You with me, Big B? Brandon, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. I can hear you. What's good with it, brother?
Something different day.
Already. What you feeling? How you feeling about this game, man?
Man, KJ was looking nice, wasn't he, though?
Yeah, KJ was on one, bro. KJ was
KJ was on one today. Yeah, nah, man, it's just the same thing over and over. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. I mean, it's the full-on tank. Because I remember last year I was full-on tank at the beginning of the year. I'm on the fringe now. I might just be full-on tank. I'm getting there. I'm not saying we were going to win a bunch of games, but I didn't think we were going to be this bad at bottom 3 record. getting tougher and tougher to watch every game. Not saying I'm gonna stop. I'm just saying it's getting tough. But man, Jabari, he's been the consistent one for me. So now I'm starting to look like maybe Jabari might be the one to keep out the group, huh?
Um, I mean, ain't nobody else doing it, brother. You know, like somebody got to end up doing it, and I'm not upset if it's Jabari. You know, so I think if he's almost like the leader, almost got to be a defensive guy, almost. You know, a defensive minded guy because they do all the little things and all of the scrappiness and it's always mostly a defense. Now you do have some offensive guys as a leader, but most of them be like defensive minded guys, and hopefully Jabari can step up and be that for us.
Yeah, I love how his intensity in play is. Like, just he's just so consistent with it. Fun to watch, and we've already harped on this so much, man. I just love to see some more plays. I mean, his handles have gotten better, but they're still not there where you just want him and just ISO type of plays. But I'm tired of them Jay Green show at the end of the game. We never once we get to the point we never stay just get comfortable and go back to our ISO. Get comfortable, go back to our ISO. That's what we do. That's our guess. Just it's gotta be silence, right? It's gotta be silence. Don't
Yeah, or
tell
either
them we running this
he just losing a either that or he's just losing the locker room or he just really just failed to make adjustments at halftime. Because if we see third quarter is usually when the wheels fall off, and yeah, I seen them do some zone tonight, and we got it to Sengun, and they came out of that zone quick, so they at least learned how to attack the zone. But yeah, man, I'm blaming it on the whole organization. Like, I'm not just gonna say it's Silas. I'm blaming it on the whole organization. This whole thing stinks from high heaven. It's like a whole garbage pail. All of it's bad. All of it's bad. Swaggy D says like and subscribe, fellas. Please hit the like button on the video if you in here with us and see how many people we can get up in here. Let's do an experiment. Everybody watching the stream, hit the like button. See how many people come up in here, man. That's how it affects the stream. Young Edo says Stone has been comfortable so far, and if they really end up drafting Wimby, you can beat Silas. You can bet Silas stays and Stone strokes his ego. The plan worked. Man, I'm hoping they because that's a lot you put on a slim margin of getting one guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's what like 14% or something you can get Wimby. So you willing to take the risk of hurting all the rest of your guys on your team? Now this gonna be Jalen's second year of being mediocre. Then Jabari starting off bad. Like bro, you risking a whole lot for one guy. You know what I'm saying, Brandon?
Oh yeah, no doubt, and that's why at the beginning of this year I wasn't on. I was never on board with the tank, and I'm really not. I'm not. I don't want to just sit here and just purposely lose games. But here, to the point is, we bad coaching and bad philosophy, bad energy. Bad. I don't think we're trying to tank right now. Last year, for some reason, I thought we were because some of us were like draw plays, out the timeouts and out, certain. And I'm like, okay. And then when it looks like we're, hanging in there with a good team, then we would lose. And it looked like we were coming out those timeouts. So it would look more like a tank job. Whereas this year, I just don't see it. I just don't. Now, my concern is more like Stone. Is it because he brought in Silas and he was around more with Harden the whole day or whatever. This dude used to be a lawyer type shit. So I mean, is he just that's what he wants, the style he wants? I think that might be the problem too. I don't think it's just
Yeah, I think Stone is just one rung, maybe two rungs, one rung above Silas. Once the ship will start going down, pretty much Stone is gonna go down with the ship eventually. I think Silas is just gonna go down probably first before Stone, but uh, definitely, if it stinks enough and it's enough, trash to pile up, it's gonna overtake the whole organization, and somebody gonna have to come in and clean out all the bad habits, everything, the dysfunction. It's gonna take a lot before it get too bad. I think they need to go ahead and start trimming off some of this fat and trimming off some of these bad apples or whoever's not gonna be in the future. They need to start hammering down a real plan and a real foundation before we be stuck in purgatory. We ain't gonna be in hell. We're gonna be in purgatory in a minute because we ain't gonna have no way out. We ain't gonna know no way out, and we ain't gonna know how we got there. So it's like Frank said, if we have to retool this again, we in the 7-8 year range, bro, of not being competent. That's the Kings. That's the Kings range, bro. We the new Kings. We on that trajectory.
I
Um,
really hope
Yeah,
not.
yeah, man. It it can get ugly. I think there's a lot of teams that have been bad over the past years. That Space. If you remember the Clippers went through like a 10 year run where they was just garbage, bro.
yeah.
They had who else? Denver Nuggets had they stretch. Obviously, the Warriors was bad for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Hawks before Budenholzer and them boys got there, they were terrible.
The
Uh,
Bucks.
the Bucks were terrible. Charlotte was bad well, they're still bad. They've been bad pretty much their whole existence. Um, it's been some like teams that go through like 10, 15 year stretches of you're like, damn, they keep getting the number one pick and they just keep missing or something just isn't right. And that's really it's really is easy to fall into that mode because that's the easiest thing to do is be bad for a long time. I think that for us, we haven't gone too far down any like lane that's just impossible right now. So there's still hope. They could still, do a bunch of moves and make the team competitive. They could still draft, hit Wemby and or Scoot and add a couple of veterans and be a playing team. Maybe get a new coach. They could still do all that, so we're still there. But the fact that so much is riding on this one season, I don't like that, bro, because that means that if stuff don't fall right, everything could go left. I'm talking about you can get, let's say we get a fifth pick or even a fourth or a fifth pick. Okay, you get one of the Thompson twins. That sounds like a nice NBA player. Ain't really gonna help this team, but nice NBA player. Okay, free agency comes. Nobody wants to come to Houston, so you end up giving that bag to some B league, B level, C level player because that's the only person that's gonna take your money. Now what? You're a team that's you still gonna be at the bottom of the league. Then guess what? You give your pick to OKC. That's really the highest case scenario right there. When we giving our pick to OKC, we got a bad contracts because nobody wants to play here, and then we just kind of like trying to search for a coach and start over and over again. If Jalen and Jabari or KPJ or Sengun, one of these guys don't pop, we in a world of trouble because then you get into the cycle where it's like you got bad players, no free agents want to come here. You're turning over coaches every year, and that's how you get to the Kings. And so it's to me, it didn't have to be like this. Like you could have walked and chewed bubblegum. You could have built a good roster that was conducive to growing your players. Still tanked and lose because the guys aren't that good, and maybe even traded some of those picks because you don't need to have 7 and 9 first round picks on your roster at the same time because you can't develop all those guys. So you wasting the guys' time in the G League. Tata should not be in the G League. He should be up here getting reps. But we have so many first round picks, he's gonna have to go in the G League or he's gonna be sitting on the bench like Josh Christopher. So if you don't use those guys right, as you run into next year where you're trying to compete, the Ties, the J Gups of the world become useless. Because now you're in win mode and those type of development projects ain't really that doesn't fit. So you're
Right.
wasting picks at this point. Y'all gotta look at this from a big picture. They fumbling everywhere and once again, maybe one day I'll go through from like point A to Z of like how everything has been looking. But yeah, we really got to get it right. Like I still think there's time right now. I like what they're doing with the lineups right now. I like they could still make some moves at the deadline right now, not to win or do anything. We still want to be in the Wemby sweepstakes, but just start helping Jalen out, help Jabari out, help Sengun, help Silas out. Hell, if you don't want him, then fire him. Let's start that. If you're gonna keep him, then get him a point guard, backup point guard, so they can learn some stuff. Just like Austin Rivers said again, those kids need somebody to help them learn how to play the right way. If the coach ain't gonna do it,
Yeah, facts. I agree with all of that, bro. I agree with all of that. Let's see. AK Infinity. He says Stone is trying not to lose any trades. He'd rather not make a move at all if he doesn't clearly win it immediately. Shaking my head. Yeah, he's being too safe, bro. He's being too safe. Some of the biggest, uh, profits is when you gamble and you just bet on the house sometimes. And he's playing with house money, but it's scared money. Scared money don't make no money, But yeah, I agree with that. Usagami says talent can be found anywhere. That's the thing. So getting a first round pick isn't gonna solve most of the problems Rockets has. Oh well. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Let's see. Zachary says, Space, I know you're not happy that the Texans not getting the first pick, but you still should be somewhat happy because you're going to get your boy CJ Stroud and let's team jump up, get him one pick instead of Bryce Young. Yeah, bro. I like Stroud over your boy from what's the name over Bryce anyway. Me, so I'm good at number 2 if we gonna get Stroud.
That's not the point.
But that's not the point. That's not the point.
Trade up.
That's not the point. I'm not saying that's the point, but I'll be happy with Stroud though. I will be happy with Stroud. I think he's a better quarterback.
Texas just the Rockets in football. Like once again, GMing, bro. Like you want to be number 1 because you don't know what can happen between now, pro days, combine. Hell, the top 5 may look totally different. Somebody blow out a knee. Somebody medicals come back. You want to be number 1 because you have options. You could trade. You could get more assets. It's just little stuff. Little stuff like that is big. Like the Rockets do stuff like that all the time. They're like, bro, you waited too long. Now instead of a first round pick, you getting a second. Like that stuff. Those are big deals. So that game, that Lovey stuff, that's cold, man. I mean, that's cold. I hope the food that Lovey get on that plane flight out of here cold and nasty.
I hope it gives him the runs and he be in the bathroom all night.
That dude in the Hail Mary, the coach, he purposely let the ball go through his hands. All in for the 2-point conversion too. Come on, man.
Bro, they just could have took a knee. They didn't even have to run the play.
Bro, I would have punted it on third.
They didn't have to run the play.
The point of the ball. Bro, I would have punted. I would have kicked the. Man.
Hey, he goes for 2. Lovey goes for 2, man. Why didn't we go for 2 in the first game? You wanted to play for the tie, but all of a sudden now you want to go for 2. It nervous.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the Rockets. So this is the way now. Maybe Stone has to go for this. I don't know. And again, everybody talks about it as Harden back in. I mean, again, you got a 3-year stretch where you can really find out who's good, your big moves, and go from there. If you just sit here and consistently seek it, I mean, again, it's hard to come in here and make us a contender immediately. No, we know he's not. But at least we can find out who's the real guy and who's not the real guy, and go from there. You can get not that big a deal and still know who's good, who's not. We still got this pick, even if it's not. I'll take Scoot all day, But it just gives you more options if you just Harden. Now again, does Stone have to stay for that, or does he have to go? I thought Harden had issues with Stone.
I mean, usually when a GM make a trade like that, usually they try to let the same GM see it through, but there's no written language in the contract that says that they have to. So they definitely can move off of him. Why they even do have those draft picks, because the new GM can do with those draft picks what he want to do with it. So if they feeling like he's not going in the right direction, I think it would be almost criminal just to keep him around just because we got these draft picks and Stone the one traded for him. Nah. If he ain't doing that's part of the business. He can go and somebody else can come in and trade and draft you know, the draft picks that you traded for. So nah, I'm not gonna give him that. He need to show up. He need to show up.
So what about the James Harden part though? Just to keep us from just being so. I mean, if you just bring in Harden, you know you're not gonna be asked forever. You know, but you will at least have somebody to help you find out which of these and which of them aren't that good. And I think that's a reason I would.
Yeah, I think the Harden thing would be, it would be it's, you could do that, and I think it would be the easiest way for all of this to resolve without Stone getting fired in the short term. So for him, the safest move would be to try to get a good free agent that could cover up whatever this was these past few years, because at the end of the day, you still got your money, you still got your flexibility, you still got picks from Brooklyn, and to a
Hey
lesser.
Frank, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but didn't Harden have tripping?
Did he what?
Didn't Harden have like a problem with Stone?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the way. Yeah, they didn't talk. They didn't talk the last. I mean, I don't think they talked. Yeah, before Harden got traded, they didn't talk. He wasn't returning their calls. It was, it got real ugly to the point where he had to basically not show up to practice and have the little press conference where they're not good enough. And Stone was talking about they'd get uncomfortable, which was cap, because the moment Harden said that, they traded him like the next day. Like, okay, that's too uncomfortable. Goddamn it, you getting a little too close. And yeah, so I don't know, but business is business. I don't think if you threw some M's at James Harden, he would turn it down because of Raphael Stone. Like, at the end of the day, he gonna be dealing with Tillman more than anything, and I think him and Tillman are still cool.
So you would think back Stone's gonna stay? I'm saying I think that for Harden to come back, Stone's got it.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think that unless that's a prerequisite, James Harden sets. And if Tillman is like that bought in on him, he might be. Maybe Tillman just want to sell tickets. And he's like, yeah, James, you can come back. And he's like, I don't want that guy being my GM. Then, yeah, I don't think they'd be like, oh, no, we can't take you back because Rafa, like, yeah, he's just a guy that is a stopgap, just like Silas. He had no experience as a GM in the role, so he's a rookie. So, like, he ain't got no swag or nothing in the role like a Sam Presti or somebody like that got some connection. So they could that wouldn't be a crazy move for them to move on from him. But usually GMs get a little bit longer than coaches. So, but yeah, James said, I'm coming back. I want to do this and that. I mean, to me, that'd be wrong on different reasons. Then you're already conceding to him. If you have to make a firing of on the roster, then you off on the wrong foot. That man gonna run this organization to the ground, just like he did getting Russell Westbrook over here.
Facts.
Yeah, I was just trying to see that part. I forgot if they really had it out, or were they cool or not. Like I was with Harden. I mean, you're not next 3 years. You know what I mean? And I think he can help us determine which and which of them we can trade for assets before they're just horrible. And you can't. Where I'm coming from, Frank and Ghost.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Nah, definitely, I get that.
Yeah.
Like Harden's the playmaker. You know what I mean? Like, he will help us. I think he will be determined which of these guys are good or not. Even if he's not the dude that that maybe doesn't do the right things in some people's eyes after the game. Whatever the case may be, maybe he's not the perfect person, but he's still in the long run are going to be good and stars, and which ones probably won't.
Yeah, I just think Harden, he's not coming to play with all of these young guys. Like, Stone would have to do something to make Harden want to come here and stay here. I don't think it's just going to take dollars. it's gonna have to be some upheaval on this whole roster. I think for Harden to probably even consider to coming over here because he's not coming over to just fade off into the sunset, and just ride it off like that. He still got some a lot of game left in him, and I think he still want to win the championship. And if he don't win it over there, I don't see him coming over here just say, "All right, I give up." He gonna ring chase probably the rest of his career.
Okay. I agree with that. I mean, I can see that too. And maybe he just sees, like we were talking about, bringing in another guy that he wants, and then maybe we get. I really was just mainly bringing up Harden because Frank was comfy. You know what I'm saying? We were just gonna be when you just being that bad and being the new Kings. Well, I mean, maybe we don't want to go ahead and bring Harden now if he wants to come, of course. Again, that's why you just go ahead and fire him and see if we can see some improvement and some development more. Maybe we don't have to get Harden next year neither. He can just opt in, which is not. He's gonna opt out and try to get one more. I think what was his? I think it was like 32 or 33 next year for him if he opts out no matter what. Even if he stays with Philly, he's gonna opt out. He's getting a team friendly deal. So in general, I think he can help us determine which guys are best and out of these free agents. There's another guy we can bring in that's gonna help us determine which guy is gonna be a stud on the picks. And which will do like Van Fleet, Van Fleet's nice, but go ahead.
Nah, I just think Harden gonna demand at least $50 million, and we probably the only stupid ones that's gonna give him that because I don't think he's worth that to other teams besides a team like us that need him, basically. Frank?
My bad. Space, say what you said again.
Nah, I just said that I think Harden, he's gonna demand probably at least $50 million a year to come here.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna come here for no pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, if he come, I don't think he's come like you said to people talking about. Yeah, he's gonna take a discount. Like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? I think the only reason he took the discount in Philly because he knew he has us to backdoor with, and he gonna earn that money back. He did that to try to win a ring. If the ring don't work out, I think he still want to be relevant. He still wants to make All-Star games. He still wants to be one of the best players in the league. I don't see him just coming here like I'm just going to be a babysitter or a mentor. So that means that if he comes, the Rockets are going to have to pay him, and they probably got to pay some other people that he's going to want to come with him. So I'm sure he's already started his campaigning. These players be talking months. They probably start talking this summer. And you'll find out, it was at, the Olympics or whatever where they hooked up, and it was like 3 years ago. So, maybe he already got some guys in mind that fit the timeline, and he would probably just try to bring his own little team here. And Jabari and Jalen and them would just have to learn from that, which wouldn't be bad. The only thing is just the money being tied up, because you get into the thing where Jalen, Jabari, Sengun, if they're still here, they're going to need to get paid at a certain time frame, and you got to be able to pivot out of Harden's contract at the right time so you can pay Jabari, because you don't know what he's going to look like 3-4 years from now. He might be an All-NBA player. Jalen might, gain some muscle, get stronger, and start being consistent. Even though he's going through a slump, it's not out of the ordinary for smaller frame guys like him to go through these. So, a lot could change. It's just so hard to tell right now, but I think the only reason we would see a James Harden as the main pillar in this franchise is because some of the other players that we drafted ain't hitting as good as we thought, and it could be for multiple reasons. Like in Orlando, Paolo's the guy. When you got a Paolo Banchero, everything else just falls into place, and I think that's been our issue. We haven't defined who that guy is yet. If you don't have that, it's really hard to see where your team. We have no direction right now. You know what I mean? And that's really the big problem. It could be maybe hard. Maybe we get a Wemby. You hope that you can get a player that's going to, maybe one of these guys develops into it. But right now, we don't have a direction. We don't have a LaMelo Ball. We don't have a SGA on our team. We don't have a Arcade or Ivy or any of these guys like Detroit. We don't have a Halliburton. in Indiana. We don't have these guys. We don't have we don't have a Zion or Brandon Ingram. All these teams that have pivoted from being bad to being good, you have to have a guy. And that's one of the things when you only trade for picks, you're basically trading for chances. And the thing with chances, they can go your way or they can't. So that's why you take the sure thing and you can have your cake and eat it too. We could have got both. Even though, like, let's say we took Jared Allen. Jared Allen is an all-star center. We've been trying to find that archetype on this team for the past 2.5 years. Even though he's not going to be a franchise player, but once you have a Jared Allen on your roster, Jalen Green makes sense. Sengun makes sense. Jabari makes sense. Hell, even bringing in James Harden makes sense. Because you got this all-star caliber player that's a defensive stopper that could fit multiple things at baseline. And if you don't like him, you could just trade him and get a bunch of stuff back. But they couldn't do that because they were being too cheap. They didn't want to pay him 4 years, $100 million, which right now with the cap increase looks like pennies. That's $25 million. That's Eric Gordon's contract. Yeah. Damn near. What are we talking about, bro?
That's
crazy.
Yeah. Let me get through some of these comments. Let's see. Shark Shock says, Barry need to be more active on the rebounds. I need to see him excel at something outside of a man-to-man defense. Actually, I think Barry's one of our best rebounders. Cool. I be seeing him actually be fighting for rebounds over big guys, and I think he's straight on our rebound, and I think he just probably need to get a little bit better body positioning, and that's gonna come with time and learning where to be at. But I think his rebounding is all right. What y'all think?
That's what he brings, bro. Like, one thing about him, even though he does not shooting well, is that he's going to bring other aspects of the game. His defense, I think he's one of the best defensive rebounders on the team, actually, if I remember the stats correctly. I love that. And y'all can see the rim protection coming. Like I told y'all, like he's going to end up being a 5 when it's all said and done, a stretch 5, like the dude we're trying to sign over here,
Miles Turner.
Yeah, Miles Turner. So that's Jabari. He's gonna be a Miles Turner, Triple J type of player. So that he's good. Like, I ain't even worried about Jabari. I don't care. His shooting is gonna come and go. He's a rookie stuff. I think after the All-Star break, when he finally gets a long break and his muscles get to kind of rebuild themselves and heal up, he'll be able to hit those shots more consistently. That dude has probably hit a wall right now. A lot of the times, if you guys want to know, when you watch rookies, think about what they're playing in high school. If they're coming out of high school and in college, they play with 30-some games. And if you do the math, around 30-some games around this time, this is when a lot of rookies hit that wall because they're not used to playing 82 games. So the All-Star break bump, post-All-Star game bump is not a coincidence. That long week and a half, 2 weeks they get off, it does wonders for their body. So he's in that wall right now. He's probably going to suck all the way throughout the All-Star break just like Coach Salas said he benched him because his legs were just not there against the Utah. Yeah, that's where he's at. Right now he'd be in the Final Four or whatever the NCAA tournament. They'd probably be the amount of games they played, he'd be up damn near about to enter the Sweet 16. So, and it's like back-to-backs. They don't do that like that in college. These back-to-backs, the games are longer. It's more physical. You're playing against grown men. So he's there. Jalen may be going through the same thing. I didn't like what we saw this summer. Him trying to be a Vogue model, going to Paris, bro, you should have been in the gym, man. You too small. Like, you going to chase this hoop dreams and let that bag follow you. He traveling the world, cool. You can do that in a 2-week time. But he spent his whole summer on vacation and had his trainer go with him. Like, that's not – Kobe wouldn't do that. Kobe wouldn't do that coming out his rookie year. So I need Jalen to take his everything just that much more seriously. Like, he being too cute. Like, get in the gym, bro. KPJ got in the gym. You see the results. All we saw from KPJ was the gym.
We was on him talking about where he at. Then bro posts a video where he running in sand up a little hill.
With some damn
like
beach
just
shorts.
out there working, doing some major work.
Bro, I'm on the side of the beach in Cali, bro. He out there catching the breeze. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, like
He
it's
need
not like you in the
to,
Himalayas up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Get it in. You in the sun on the beach.
oh my
like, come
god.
on, man, for
He
real.
need a vet, man. So they need some vets for him, bro. He gonna end up.
And that's why I think Jabari is going to be that guy that stays around. You know what I mean, for the longest. Not just the defensive presence. Like he hangs around that glass a lot more than he did at the beginning of the year. I love the little putback. It's just his effort and his consistency. That's what I love about Jabari the most. Y'all seen his dad over there on the fucking swaggy over there?
Now I didn't catch his
Have I seen
dad.
You
who?
remember the game he went to? Remember the game?
I think that was against Utah, right?
Was Utah. I forget what game it was, but he was over there just chilling. Jabari started going off. He's standing up. So I love that aspect of his dad too. Just out there. I ain't seen him at no Rockets game. I don't even think that was a home game.
Oh no, I remember. It was a game somebody had got his dad some courtside seats or something like that.
Yeah. Exactly. He was right there on the court side. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And he said he ain't never seen his dad ain't never watched them courtside, so he said it was cool. And he could hear him talking to him during the game. Like he could hear his dad
the
talking to him.
intensity.
That's crazy,
Yeah, the
man. Yeah,
intensity.
that's cool.
And then y'all ever just sit there and watch Jabari's post game interviews, man?
The dude a professional, man. He clean cut,
Yeah.
buttoned up.
Hey, yeah. But he his post game interviews, man, he's fiery. Game, games like that, you start asking him questions, you can really see he's playing no games. And that's why you were saying with Jalen being too cute. He is too cute. In his post game interview, you know what I mean? Like Jabari's not playing no games.
Facts.
And you start, and it's not even the All-Star break in Jabari's rookie season. So that's why I've always been on that. I wanted Paolo, of course. Everybody wanted Paolo. I mean, that was the guy I wanted, of course. But I mean, ball struck, and we didn't get the first pick. It's like, damn it. Yeah, we knew we didn't have the first pick, but I mean, still, Jabari, when you're really watching him play now, and I started just watching all his Auburn tapes, just every game, just going back, watching a bunch of games of his, and you can see his fieriness and his feistiness. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Garnett's the best one I can think of that he can translate as a ceiling. Man, but I definitely think Jabari's ceiling floor, his floor is higher than Jalen. His floor is way higher than Jalen's. I mean, like now just watching every game, just watching his post game interviews, Jabari, Jalen's floor is like the bottom. Like, 8 years, he's just some player that's rotating around the league in different teams. You just never know. It's not just for Jalen, it's for all of the two guards, I mean, how's Jalen Suggs doing? Everybody, you don't even hear about him no more. He's all right. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but Jabari's just he's got way more potential, in my opinion, to lead us to. You still have to surround him with the offensive weapons.
Yeah, I said, Frank, no, I've been on Jalen Green ain't gonna become a superstar till he cut his hair. Like he hair gets in your way, bro. Like hair is a distraction to real superstars, bro. Look at KD hair. He don't care about his hair.
KJ,
Look at LeBron hair. He don't care.
Kevin,
Jordan, he started losing it, cut it off.
LeBron care.
You know what I'm
Porter,
saying?
Porter cut his. It was live. He started balling when he first cut his. Y'all remember that? When Porter first.
When KPJ, yeah.
Yeah,
he's still been balling.
Started balling.
He been balling
street. Yeah, he's still balling. Exactly. That's my
like,
point. This is great, man. He's happy again. Man, I wish he could just see it a little bit better. Just even he's playing really good, man. I love his new game. To me is like just getting inside that paint stuff in there and just shooting a little jump shot, a little floater, and he gets close in there too. That's the thing. He's like 8 feet because he's so big and strong.
Yeah, facts. Let me read out some of these comments. That boy Alex Vargas says lost again, but cheers all Diehards who stick with the team. California knows how to party in the city of Houston. Goodbye, Silas. Our time will come. Cheers. Your boy out there getting drunk, man. Take it easy out there, Alex, man. That boy got like a whole 12 pack of beers in mugs up there. Oh, man. Shark Shock says, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Silas was still head coach after All-Star break. Stone is a man in action. Yeah, you right about that. Joe Blue says we wasting picks. ILR United, he says, I can't stand when we losing games. Silas smiling in press conference. That makes me angry. Yeah, bro. It's like he don't care, you don't care, man. Like I care more than you. What's up with that? AI Production says Van Vliet over Harden. Usagami says A space. I love the coach suggestion video. Now where's Scariolo, bro? Man. Man, that boy is still on Scariolo, man. I'm gonna have to probably do this boy a whole video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just look at him. If he ain't worth looking at, bro, I'm not gonna do a video on him. I'm gonna just let you know, he better be some mad scientist on the court, bro. For real. Axton says this team just needs 2 to 3 years to grow and learn how to win. The Rockets are mad talented. I agree with that, but I think we got to get under the right structure. We need somebody that's going to lead us there. We don't have no leader. Deja Dennis says Harden, Green, Middleton, Smith, Wemby. The bench, Tata, KPJ, Tari, Sengun, Garuba. Man, he want to go get Harden, Middleton, and draft Wemby. Man, I mean, that's a hell of a squad, but that's a lot of chips got to fall in the right place with that one. Frank?
Yeah, man, that's best case scenario type stuff. I don't live in that world, sadly. I live in reality, bro. I prepare for the worst case scenario, and if that happens, then hell, congratulations to me. But like you got to prepare like Wemby does not exist, and just pretend that Harden would never come here, and pretend that this is what you got, and just go from there. Be prepared for the good and the bad, bro. And I feel like this whole like it's been weird with the Wemby thing. Every damn team think they about to get Wemby, bro. It's like everybody's trying to get Wemby. Orlando could get Wemby. I mean, the Spurs could get Wemby. There's so many teams. OKC could get Wemby, and they still, are probably going to be whatever seed they're in. There's so many teams that could get Wemby, and it'll be just crazy if it's one of these teams that is a rebuilding teams like ours that's playing better, and they still land the number one pick. So, yeah, I think, like I said, there's still time. The Rockets could still try to salvage this season as far as doing the right things, building good habits. They could still trade and bring a couple guys in, just a backup point guard here, maybe a couple vets just to be like to start setting the culture. A Pat Beverly, which is a name that I like. You could bring somebody like that in, just start building that culture. So once we get into summer, they can go into summer workouts and start doing something next year. But yeah, man. If we can get Chris Middleton, Harden, and Wemby, sign me up, man. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Swaggy D says y'all love Harden, bro. Need to finish in Philly. Want him back is depression. Yeah, I can see where you get that from. I mean, but look at are we not depressed right now, Swaggy? Let me let me know. Are we not depressed right now? Because it's getting borderline depression. It's borderline depression for sure. Usagami said there's no use being talented if they have no proper development and structure. I agree with that, Usagami. Appreciate the love on the coach video, bro. Appreciate that. Did I hear somebody come in the link?
No, I ain't see nobody.
Oh, Brandon left. Oh, he's trying to come back. Oh, okay, there you go. You good, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm good. So look. Now back to the Wemby thing Frank was talking about. Like, I mean, that you can't just sit there and bet on that. Everybody's betting on that. You can't do it, and we're starting to see why there is an NBA lottery. I mean, you can't have like the NFL. The NFL. No, everybody was going to be tanking. Nobody's going to want to win. Come on, man. We can't even have that. Like, it's funny to think about it like that, but that's really truly what it is. That's why there is the NBA lottery, because teams will purposely tank for real. You know, in the NBA, it's harder to in the NFL. I think because you got it's a 12 player. I mean, it's 22 people on the field of design. You know, I mean, it's harder to just purposely tank. You know,
I mean, it's kind of easy to tank in NFL. Just put your third string quarterback in there. You tanking. You tanking. You figure out how to a way you can tank and put your third string in there. You tanking.
But then you might have a Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy come out there and actually start balling out.
And then that's when you start making up injuries. Bro, we know how it go. We know how it go. If they want to get to the bottom, they can get to the bottom.
That's why there's a lottery. But that's why there's a lottery in the NBA and there's not a lottery in the NFL. Because that's why. Because it's harder for the NFL to tank.
Yeah.
It really is. So that's why there is a lottery, because it makes it harder for you to get the first pick. You're not guaranteed that first pick. You can lose all the games you want. We've already witnessed it. We got the third pick and the second pick. We haven't even had the first pick yet. That's why I think if we just keep playing hard, play tough, don't purposely tank, you might get the lottery god touch and get that first pick. You know, I mean, the past 2 years we've looked that bad, but we also did look like we were tanking too. So, I mean, maybe if you actually try, but now it's starting to seem to me personally like we are trying. We just suck that bad.
I don't think, honestly, if you really think about it. So, like I pointed out earlier, for Jalen Green, we weren't trying to tank to start. I think then maybe on the second half, after they failed trying to win, they tanked. So they try to win with the wow factor. That they had a good little 5, 6, 7 games.
Well, we had Christian Wood at least though last year.
Yeah, they had John Wall, they had Victor Oladipo, they had Christian.
John Wall didn't play, man.
No, I'm talking about
the year before.
No, I'm talking about 2020 into Jalen draft.
That's when we were trying to. Yeah.
That year when Harden. Hold on, Brandon. That year when Harden left, when he left, like OKC owned our pick that was top 4 protected. So basically, what that means is that if you're the worst team in the league, you could get that pick because the worst team is guaranteed a top 4 pick. So I guess they didn't want to be the worst team in the league because once again, it goes back to indecision by the front office about what they want to do. So they kept on trying to win. They try to salvage. They just said, you know what, let's just be bottom, then we'll try to tank the next season. But they were so bad at trying to be good that we end up getting the number 2 pick. That's how crazy it is. Then the next year, that double big lineup is not a tank lineup. You don't bring a Daniel Tice. You don't play Daniel Tice, Christian Wood, Jayson Tate, Eric Gordon, and Cave. You know, Cave. They had a lot of vets on that last year's team, and for the first half of the season, they were just so bad that we lost 17 games in a row. So I don't know.
We had a nice little stretch though. What was that? The little
that was when Jalen got hurt.
Yeah, I know, it was hilarious. So
Jalen got hurt.
Gary Bird came up. That's when Gary Bird came alive.
So our tank commander last year was Jalen Green. And so Jalen secured the tank for us.
Oh no, your boy Avery Bradley was pretty bad.
Oh my God, I forgot about it. Bro, we had so many bad men, but I don't know. I think they give it a go to start the season, then they figure out like, okay, they're not ready yet, so let's shut it down and start doing stuff. To me, this season, they've been shadow trying to tank, which is obvious because of Wemby. To me, that's why there's a clear difference between what Coach Salas has been coaching like since that ejection and the other games. The rotations have been trimmed down to 9 players. He's not playing the random, the Knickses of the world. Even Tata's not available anymore. So there's all that significant. So he's trying with the roster that we have right now. I don't think it's his fault in a sense of schematically, but I think it's his fault in the sense that the habits they built over this past season and last season is catching up with them. That even though now he wants to be serious and show, I can win. You ain't gonna fire me without giving my best shot. And I'm not playing I'm gonna bench Jabari because he's playing bad. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. It's too late, man. It's too late. Your guards are selfish. They don't play defense. The team doesn't move the ball. All of these things have been habits that have been baked into the team over the past year and a half because people haven't been held accountable. Those little things you can still do and still lose games haven't been done. And now that you're getting some pressure. You want to win, but you can't because you've been coaching bad habits. So that's his fault. You know what I mean? And that's something that if he does get fired, that's on him. Because as much as I blame Stone for the lack of a point guard and all this other stuff, at the end of the day, Coach Silas could still make them run back on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you can make
who's
them
okay?
try.
I'm sorry, but so who's okay with the Wall? That's what I'm saying. Like Wall sitting out for a year. I guess at the time it looked good because what, quote unquote, we were tanking, right?
It never looked
So,
good.
but
Not to me.
really now you got Eric. We kept Eric the whole time. I mean, I love Eric. EG. Everybody loves EG, man. We know he's a solid player. He's been here for forever. You know, he shows love. I love EG, but I mean, now it's starting to see like, man, maybe we should have just played Wall. I mean, you never know, or maybe we should have kept Wall and got rid of EG. I mean, you're just seeing a lot.
Brendan, what happened when we traded Daniel Tice? Who came back?
Oh man, Daniel Tice, who came back?
Schroeder, right?
Yeah. We should have kept Schroeder. Exactly. Schroeder.
Wait, even that. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna try to help you link something together, bro.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. The excuse for John Wall not playing is that they didn't want him to start. He already clarified that and said that he would have been fine coming off the bench.
Yeah, we knew that though, but still, why don't you start him then? Why not? You're
not even that. Okay,
you're starting
that's
one.
This
year.
That's one. Let me ask you this though. So they didn't want him to start. They didn't want him to come off the bench. But at the same time, they're keeping a guy that's starting like Eric Gordon, and then you still get another point guard in Schroeder, and you still play him damn near 30 minutes a game. So the John Wall thing wasn't about basketball, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that part. You know, I totally understand that. You know, I really do. All I'm saying is when you really break down every move, it's just like when you're really, like you said, the Schroeder, you're bringing up Schroeder. I mean, you had the point guards and people you could play if you're really.
Who's that threatening, brother?
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Who does that threaten?
Who's that threatening?
Which player on the roster does having a backup point guard threat the most?
We already know that. It's KPJ. I mean, we already know that.
That's it. That's the answer, man.
So here's another one. That since you brought up that angle. So is it Stone that really wants KPJ, or is it really Silas, or is it just both of them in bed together? You know what I mean? That's the real question.
I think it's a Stone thing. That's my personal belief. Because
that's where I'm going with
I
it.
think that's a Stone thing. Because you know why? Because the decisions to alter those other guards not playing is not a Silas decision.
I don't think so neither.
It's not. Those are personnel.
Yeah, I think Knicks. Yeah. I think Stone is behind Knicks too. I'm fully. I believe Stone was behind Knicks, bro. Silas would have been benched his fucking ass, bro.
Space. What was the quote about Knicks that Stone made?
That
he's what was it?
He's a first round talent.
The first round. Oh, bro, I was like, oh my god, bro. And when's the last time he did a video? Like he did that interview. How long ago was that? Man, this has been forever. When's another? I mean, what? You know, I mean, he won't even come out and talk to nobody no more. You know. I mean, come on, bro.
Stone high.
He's trying, bro. Like he did do videos before though. I forget. I would just see him on YouTube, just following different social media. You'll see him pop up with interviews. I ain't seen one of them in forever, And Knicks, man. So we got Knicks. Let's count that to Stone, and then the John Wall thing had to be Stone too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's a big contract.
To sit Wall and take on Wall, like that's another thing. We didn't even break down that part of that. I mean, you just swapped out, got a first pick. Who did we end up getting with that pick? Do you remember?
For
probably for John Wall. We got a pick from the Wizards. I don't even know if we even.
No, we traded that for Sengun.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, yeah.
We traded that one, and it was another pick, I think, from the Trailblazers we had got. We
to OKC, right?
From Detroit with the Wood thing? No, because we gave up. No,
it
came from Portland. I think it was from Portland. It was Portland and the Wizards pick.
The Wizards
we gave
pick
up for Sengun.
Yeah, I mean, the Wall thing is I haven't even talked about that in so long, man. That stuff is so crazy to me. Man, the 30 for 30 on this rebuild is gonna be nuts. I can't wait.
Hopefully it don't take us that long to get out of it.
Nah, it'll be 30.
It'll be 30 years before
We're
we
gonna
get
win a
it.
championship. Yeah, then it's gonna drop on
It'll
ESPN.
be
How
the
did they
real
get
30 for
here?
30. It'll be the 30th year.
Na-na-na-na.
The 30th year of the rebuild. The Rockets finally
Oh
make it to the
Lord,
playoffs.
we're
Here's the
gonna
30
have
for 30 on
interviews.
it. Jehovah Sins, appreciate you for becoming a new member, and welcome to
Shout out
the
Jehovah's Sin.
Pop Chop Shop, the Chop Shop membership package, man. Appreciate you for joining us and becoming part of the community. We right at 11:30, man. We've been going about 2.5 hours, man. We're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and wrap this thing up real fast. I'm gonna read off a couple of more. It says Swaggy D. Swaggy D says if Silence wants respect, he needs to bench KPJ or Jalen when they mess up. He babysitting them when Lucas was coaching. He subbed KPJ in. He did a turnover. Like 3 minutes later, he was subbed him out. For sure. I agree with that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, because I was saying that the last stream and people was like, so why do people get mad when Silas actually hold Jabari accountable for benching Jabari? Because it's not equal. It's not all the way around. It's one-sided. You know, he'll bench Sengun when he mess up, and he'll bench Jabari, and he'll even send down Jacob and take his minutes away. But he would not touch Jalen Green or KPJ, no matter what they do. And you think we see it? Those guys see it, you know, because they
Facts.
right there in the locker rooms, and they see it every day. So that's part of the frustration, I believe.
That's facts, bro. Then that's a good point. Because we've seen him hold everybody accountable. Shangun get benched. Jabari get benched. Jacob get benched. Garuba get his minutes cut from game day. KJ get punished.
Yeah.
Everybody. Tate doesn't really need to get benched because he played the right way. It's just, yeah, the two never, like, tonight would have been a great night to bench Jalen, honestly.
I was calling for
to.
it. I was calling for
If
it
they
in the
wanted
third
to.
quarter, bro. I was like, bench him already, bro.
But one thing I don't want them to do is bench players for like just missing shots. But if you're gonna play like bad defense, not run back, take dumb shots, or just be like tripping, ball hogging, yeah, bench him.
Bro,
Like,
his
yeah,
whole
bro.
effort was off, bro. His whole effort. You see though on the fast break when he got in front of, who was that he got in front of? Anthony Edwards or somebody. He
He
bro
got
turned
blocked.
his
Just let
back,
himself get.
bro. Bro turned his back, dog. I was like, bro, that's bro. He lucky this ain't football, cause if you in football, you turn
hurt.
your back on any. If it don't matter if you're a receiver going up against a fullback, you finna get clowned, dog. Like one football, one sport, they hold you accountable on everything. It could be a play way in the first quarter. It didn't really even matter, but you gonna get held accountable. You can get benched for that play.
Space. It could be a play. I remember when we used to watch film. If the coach, I had a crazy offensive line coach. If this dude, like, the play could be over, and you walking back to the huddle, you gonna have to run. He gonna run you after practice, cause that's how like they don't even want you showing effort in between, like bad effort in between plays. Like you gotta run back to the huddle. That was this thing. Run back to the huddle. Like all of that, bro. So yeah, it's a different culture, but yeah, I don't like the building divas. Like you already building divas, and these dudes ain't done nothing in the NBA yet. They need to Austin Rivers' comment is so significant to me because it tells me that people are seeing this. Now we're not crazy. NBA is seeing this, and the Rockets are probably the laughing stock of a lot of people in the NBA.
Ain't no problem. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we are. I see them, bro. You see the memes. You see the comments on from other fan bases on Twitter, bro. We legit are poverty. We are poverty, bro. Even Kings fans and Magic fans and fans that don't have no business being on a high horse look down on us,
giving
like almost pity wise, like, oh man, at least we're not the Rockets for real. Come on.
Nah, we going it's gonna give one thing that we got talent. So you know what I mean? Like he was saying, Jabari is a prospect. Jalen is good. I think Jalen is just out of his element. He's figuring it out. I think something needs to give for him because I'm gonna say this about Jalen's struggles. When the number 2 pick struggle like that, it put a lot of spotlight on the coach and the GM. That let me just say that it's like when those picks start struggling, it make people look bad. So him struggling is going to be bad for business for Stone and for Coach Silas, because literally at baseline you want those guys looking good. So you'll see that things are going to start shaking up with him, because he can't be a bust. There's no way Jalen can be a bust, because if that happens, then we in some trouble.
Big trouble. Yusugami says, as John Wall fan, even after his injuries, he's still a good pass first point guard, no cap. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Siggamig says, thanks for the stream. Appreciate you, Siggamig, for
Appreciate
coming
you,
by.
second Megs.
Appreciate you for joining us. Let's see. Swaggy D says, welcome, Jehovah. Welcome to the party, Jehovah. Welcome to the CSG Chop Chop game. ILR United says, when Rockets win the chip 94-95, I was 13-14, damn long time ago. Yeah, I think I was 15-16. I was like 15-16 when they won it. Yeah.
Man, this sound like Stephen A. Smith. I remember when the Knicks didn't get the Zion pick. And do you remember Space? He went on that rant.
He went on a rant,
said,
bro. He went on a rant.
He said, ladies and gentlemen, the last time the New York Knicks won the championship, I was 5 years old.
5 years old.
I was 5. I was 5.
He don't even remember that. He can't remember that.
That's how we gonna be. I was 13. It'd be like, you damn near 60. Like, nah, man. Hopefully it's not that bad.
And what's crazy, it tends to happen like that sometimes, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy for the Knicks, though. That man said he was 5.
5. He's
Stephen A's in his 50s. Yeah.
He's 60 almost now. Ooh-wee. That's poverty right there, bro. ILR United. He says, born Rockets, live Rockets, die Rockets. Already. Appreciate you for joining us. You fit right in over here then, bro. Siggamig says they need a vet to teach them how to play. I agree. Sugami says they need Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler gonna beat everybody up, bro. He was gonna fight Coach Spoelstra, the nicest coach in the league, and the quietest coach in the league. You know he gonna try to slap Coach Silas up for some of the stuff he got. Brandon Simpson say, what coach you got, Frank? I don't think he heard you the first time.
I'll put Kenny. I'll put it in the chat. Kenny Atkins.
Oh, Kenny Atkins. Okay. John M says Casario needs to micromanage the coach. Is not normal. Whoever is the next coach, have to be okay with him meddling. What's up with these GMs and overstepping their boundaries, bro? Cause is it just Texas? Are we just weak-minded beta males over here to where we can't stand up for ourselves? Because it seems like a lot of this happens in our organizations, bro. The cowtailing and all of this is sad, man. We need some guys with real backbones to lead.
I don't know. I think it's the ownership. That's on ownership. A lot of that. I'm and obviously if you're gonna hire a new GM and a new head coach that has never done it before, as in those positions, to me that's telling. It might just be being cheap, but that's not really a good sign when you have that. I hope we do get some more structure on a go around. If we do get one of these coaches, it's definitely going to change the relationship between GM and coach, because I can't see a Quinn Snyder coming in here and having to listen to Rafael Stone, who he probably know more basketball in his pinky than Rafael know in his whole body. So I just can't see that dynamic going on. So that's going to be interesting. I'm really excited about this offseason.
Facts. Brandon Simpson says, Ghost, you said Quinn, and who else again? I forgot. Was in your video. It was Quinn, Atkinson, Earl Watson, the two coaches we got, Lionel Hollins and John Lucas. And then we had your boy Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel was actually the number one. I didn't put Udoka on there. Everybody coming at me. You forgot Udoka, man. And Becky Hammond. Udoka is a coach, bro. He's under contract, bro. He's just suspended. Like, he actually is under contract. Now, if he come available after this season is up, then, he's going to skyrocket probably the number one in my book. But Frank Vogel was one, and I think that's pretty Brian Shaw, but those other guys was just really fillers. But I liked it David Fizdale too. I had David Fizdale on there, so I like Fizdale. I think he might be a good, at least a good defensive coach. He can be better than what we got now. Your boy Lionel Hollins, he over there. I don't know what he be doing. He be looking dazed, and smiling, and like he Ray Charles or something. He just put some glasses on him, dark shades. He Ray Charles, bro, for real. United says for me, Snyder or Udoka. Yeah, Jusagami said Udoka need slippery top. He good, sloppy top. Boy, you.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, you crazy. Zachary Sands says if Jimmy Butler come here, Jalen Green going to get the Andrew Wiggins and cat treatment from Butler. You might be right, bro. You might be right. Third Coastal Line says David Fizdale. Well, David Fizdale. Yusugami says leave Jimmy holding everybody accountable. That's facts. Brandon Simmons says why you doing Hollins like that? Because man, Hollins be tripping, bro. If you look at him on the sideline, he be just smiling, looking up in the scoreboard or in the rafters. I don't know what he be doing. He be just smiling and looking like, bro, it's a game, bro. Your defense getting torched, dog. Like pay attention, bro. What are you doing? I think he in retirement. He left he out to lunch, basically. Put it like that. I think he out to lunch a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate everybody for coming out, joining us over here for the post-game show for the Rockets versus the Timberwolves. The Rockets once again implode in the second half. We looked at almost unstoppable, invincible in the first quarter, second quarter mostly. And then the third quarter we came in and we just forgot how to play basketball. We just devolved into our usual one-on-one, sloppy, mucky, stagnant play. And if you've been watching the games, it panned out just like all the rest of the games panned out. Frank, you got anything you want to leave the people before we get up out of here?
Nah, just you know what I mean, y'all appreciate y'all for sure supporting the channel. I don't know if you would point out we got the 3K, yes sir. So thank everybody, and y'all just keep supporting us. We keep on pushing, man. Greater things coming up.
Yeah, we steady growing with the help of y'all. So like I said, man, if y'all got any kind of social medias and know where a lot of Rockets players hang out, fans hang out, post our content, let them know where to find us at, bro. We over here at the Chop Shop. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not real big on TikTok and Reddit and all of this type of stuff. Like YouTube is about the most I can go. Like we got a Facebook, and then besides that, I'm not real knowledgeable about a lot of these other platforms. But yeah, you can still check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. What else we got, Frank? Our link tree is in the description on the thing. Just hit our link tree. You can check out all our podcasts. And by the way, you can hit the description, and our memberships is in there. You can check them out. Become a member. I encourage you. We do have other content that's only members only. So if you want to become a member, please hit the link in the description. And you can also tip and do a lot of things in the description. And we also have merch. If you see right down at the bottom right of the screen, you see the box ticking. We do have merch, and the merch store is in the description as well. So hit that. Support us as much as you can. We appreciate it from the whole Chop Shop, me and Frank, and all the rest of the guys. Yeah, man, it's really hard being a Rockets fans right now, but I believe the bottom of my heart we will come out at the other side of the tunnel looking better, man. I really do. Or at least I'm hoping. All of my dreams ain't crushed yet, but if we got to go through another year or two of this, I might be temporarily hanging up my fandom. Nah, but for real though, man, y'all the real MVPs for sticking with us, man, and steady supporting us. Thank you for 3K. By the way, yeah, man, we will see y'all next week when we play. Well, not next week. Yeah, it will be next week actually. When we play we play them twice next week. Is it back? I don't think it's back to back. We played the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento. It's like a day off in between or something like that.
Yeah, but those two games are back to back. So we will see y'all then. Be there or be square. Appreciate you for coming up through and chopping it up with your boys. Me and Frank, we appreciate everybody out there. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hug your family, love them. You know, one day we here, the next day we gone, man. Enjoy everybody while you can. We gonna be up out of here. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Let's go, Houston Rockets fan. Keep the faith. Keep hope alive, man. Keep hope alive. We out of here.
All right.